Alright, hello everyone. Wanted to start today by going over Skirmish and the Skirmish mode in the Age of Mythology beta. So what we have right here, this is the Skirmish menu that we have access to so far. But I'm going to kind of go through all the settings so people can see what's going on. Under game type we have 4 different scenarios. Standard, Deathmatch, which is the version where you start with higher resources. Lightning is where you play at a higher speed, and then custom scenario is for all the modders and stuff like that. Victory conditions should look familiar. We have standard, win by killing all enemy units and buildings. Conquest will be by defeating all enemies. King of the Hill, we have to fight for control of a plenty vault in the center of the map for a set period of time. Plenty vault is one of the Greek god powers that provides like a trickle of resources, kind of like a Phaeteria in Age of Empires 2. And then we have Regicide, which is we have to kill all the enemy regents or kings. Kings would be the equivalent in Age of Empires 2. And then Sudden Death, you have a starting town center, becomes a citadel, which is an Egyptian god power, I believe, for a pretty strong fortress you can convert a town center into. And then once you run out of citadels, you lose the game. AI has 3 options in terms of their playstyle: standard, attacker, and defender. I think that's fairly self-explanatory. This is definitely different. The difficulty settings of the AI: standard, moderate, hard, titan, extreme, and legendary. Original game only went up to Titan, so we now have 2 extra difficulties to climb up on. Right now, these are the only map we have access to is standard maps, which is basically going to randomly select from these maps here. But I'm gonna, I'm gonna scroll through. Let you see all the maps that are included so far. So, for example, we don't have Arena listed here, but it is here, and that I don't recall being in the original Age of Mythology game. I remember Alfheim being similar to Arabia, Acropolis, Archipelago. Black Sea's got a river divide. So does Highland. Jotunheim, that was something I played all the time when I was younger. I love that map. Mirage. That's definitely, I don't recall that being in the original game. I have a Nomad style map. Team Migration, so a lot of Age of Empires 2 type maps making their way into here. Tiny, kind of like Socotra maybe. I don't see any resources. That's maybe that's just not finished out at the moment. The graphic for that is. So these are the maps we seem to be getting to start with. And then map size: standard, large, giant, which was in the original game. Standard revealed visibility. You can add up to 12 players. Starting resources start from standard and go all the way to infinite, and can also be set to random. Game speed: 3 simple settings: slow, standard, fast, which is also in the base game, I believe. And then we have basically radio buttons here for allowing Titans. Bonus it refers to adjusting the difficulty setting for players, so we can make a player stronger or weaker. We'll turn that off though. Lock teams, also in Age of Empires. Free for all. We'll toggle everything into a free for all match. I think that just makes this setup part easier. Enable automated resource gathering by AI, so you can set up in the settings constant villager production, And then you can also kind of give them allocated, you know, you can auto set it to like go heavy on food, heavy on gold, etc., etc. And then we have military auto train, so you can also auto train military units and all that fun stuff. Anyways, that's pretty much the overview of Skirmish.